Hello. Ah, crap nuggets. It's all right. Hold on.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. Where do we need to go?
Oh God, I'm
Need to
Kindred.
switch?
Hell.
I'm where I
Everyone's
need
over
to
here.
be.
Kindred and you need to switch.
Bodies.
Okay.
Saunders soul.
Yep. That's what was. So I was like, wait, somebody was not. There you go. Bring your name up, put it over here.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Bottom monks, bottom row.
Yeah, I was about to say we've got our water mugs down at the bottom.
Hey, they got their, mighty
They all
pillars.
float down there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what we were going for. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Game of Santos, where we totally have everything together and are definitely not running behind at all. It's fine. Oof. Nope. Oh, God, that was bad.
Only 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
We've done worse.
Also true.
I don't think it's meant to be a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. We got this. We got it. We got things. All right. To start off with, thanks to everybody who hung out with us last night during Kids with Bikes. Had a great time doing all of that jazz with Dreamy and the gang, Bijan and Daria, where of course, just gems. Just fucking gems. And
If you
I
haven't
swear,
seen it, it's a bit of a different vibe than a D&D session, but it's like a lot of fun. So
yeah, 100%. 100%. It's always fun to dive into other TTRPGs and see what other like stories you can tell. And this is definitely a different thing, but I'm loving it. And I swear to God, Dreamy, if anything happens to Bijan, I will end the stream and none of it happened. We're gonna start over and just try it again. Be like, oh no! And that's what happened in this reality, but in this other reality with variant Bijan, you're also God damn
We
it,
died a
Sonder,
different way.
you're muted.
I mean, kids tend to die in your streams, so
Allegedly.
Like
I have
when?
to say that for the stream.
Never convicted.
When did that happen?
when
When an airship
He was-
crashed into one.
He was
Impaled.
by orc standards, he was basically an adult.
But we're not in orc standards. We're in
But by
human
legal
standards. We're in this universe. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Dreamy, I'd take bribes.
But
how,
we've noticed.
how many dinosaur chicken nuggets do I have to send you?
The whole mega pack.
Oh my God.
349.
How many dinosaurs do you need to consume in order to?
Well, we know Galil can at max consume 100 nuggets.
yeah.
we did get to test that.
Most likely more.
Yeah, but you was pushing it at that. You were like, oh, I'm gonna die.
I kind of want to see him do that marshmallow version.
Oh,
Oh, the fluffy bunny one?
The what?
Whichever
yeah, fluffy bunny.
creams your Twinkie, buddy.
No,
Ooh.
Never heard of
no,
fluffy bunny?
no.
No, I don't like that.
I don't like it.
Well, you're in
Don't like
luck. No.
You don't like it? You're in luck. All right. Well, we have a fun and exciting episode lined up tonight. Probably. We'll see how it goes. Sol is unfortunately not able to join us tonight, but he will be missed and will be Jaegered appropriately, and hopefully nobody gets him killed.
We're just gonna like sort of walk him along like one of those cats that doesn't want to be picked up.
It's a good idea. Good idea. All right.
Jaeger bombs.
And I think as far as announcements go, tomorrow over at Clickety Clackety, you can find Dreamy over there playing with Joom Joom, our lovely Ben, who also is in Kids on Bikes. Oh no, that's not you. It's just Ben. Tomorrow is Witchlight, so that's next week. But then Kids on Bikes is on Monday. I'll get it together eventually one day. But until then, we'll go ahead and roll into that intro and then see where the night takes us. Wee wee wee. So instead of it saying pink on the butt, it's just gonna say blue for Sonder. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It'll be great. I think it's got some merit to that. All right. Hello everybody. We'll go ahead and jump into the recap here. So take it away, Renan.
Storm clouds begin to fill the sky. All around, swirling, tumultuous, filled with lightning. The face of a seemingly elven man is the first thing to come into view, before 6 great wings come out behind him. A great many times, Hiersonos has been mentioned to the world at large here. But he looks out across the distance of Thay, and he feels the winds changing. For last when he looked upon his champion and his friends, fate seemed to be coiling around them. It has been a long time since I have seen my love in the flesh. But now I can only watch as serpents coil about. I can only hope his friends are capable. For last time, visions of the past filled the dreams of so many. And mainly one who could see into the depths. For before the vision's presence. Two of them, Kindred and Galil, dove a little too far into the mind of madness. A network of some sort that even I cannot see. But they are not within the sky. Granon and Iskra found themselves standing before something that Ranon has carried with him all his life. I could feel the lightning within him awaken. But I am pleased to see control in this distant place, for my power is not by any means absolute here. Fate has directed them in one direction, and one might expect their friends in another. But fate is a cunning lass, isn't she? For the rest of them seem to be oriented the same. All of them will converge at some point. And then there is this child. I can feel a darkness about him. One that the friends of my love slowly learn. But they want to protect him. That is a justice in and of itself, don't you think? Let us see which way the wind is blowing today.
Wow. That was great. Okay. Thank you, sir. Galil. We start with you.
Great.
Iskra, it's not us today. It's not us today.
Your time will come, mortals.
Yeah. Basically. What do I want?
I want it all.
You looked with interest at Max as you are walking, seeing that vision. He lied dead. It changes. It shifts once again. He's older, taller, and now there are dead that lie about him. You take in another breath and it shifts again. He is not the adult you had just seen, but maybe later in his teens. Dead. A spear run through his heart. Hands removed. It shifts again. An old man in a bed. A fancy bed. Large. Rich. It shifts again. And shifts again. The curse that comes with seeing into the past or future has a tendency to leave after images on your mind. You have seen your friends and the ways they could die. Paths taken, or perhaps deviated from. The future is a fickle and constantly moving thing. Some more than others. When you had seen some of your party members dead before, it had stayed pretty constant, but you knew this probably, maybe, hopefully, wasn't how they were going to end. This shifts so much. And it's one of those odd things that you, as you guys are walking through the city, it's almost like, even though you see these still images in your mind, they are there in front of you. So you see this floating image of this child walking with all of these swords plowed through his body. You see the walking adult man, dangerous. It shifts again to that younger person with the spear, and he is walking and talking to Ardrin and the others in front of you. So it's almost like you're seeing like this weird holographic image or this weird illusory image overlaid over his body, and then it just keeps shifting and twisting and shifting. Almost like looking at it changes in odd ways, almost as if you are looking at shattered glass and seeing the reflections shift, but if the glass was slowly turning so you could see the shifting angle would give you that viewpoint. And you look away from a second and look back, and you see the 8-year-old boy with a deadly weapon strapped to his back, this black obsidian looking sword that just seems to defy the laws of physics, as he carries it almost weightless, as if it's nothing. Something about prophecy that you have learned is that blood always changes its outcome. And this boy is centered around a lot of blood. What do you do? If anything.
Besides having a mental breakdown.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Third one of the day. I recall him saying that his friend was invisible, so I wanted to check for that.
You have a moment where you close your eyes and you do that. What's it called? Almost an echolocation sort of thing where because you have blind fighting, right? Or blind sense for your immediate vicinity. You close your eyes and kind of just reach your senses out, like listening, sensing as best as you can. And here within the immediate vicinity, you only sense you and your comrades. Sol, Sonder, Ardrin, Kindred, Max, and yourself. There is no other entity there. No other invisible person.
Is Iskra with us?
No, Iskra and Renan are separate.
Okay.
They are on their way elsewhere at the moment. And you guys are heading towards the Caravan Cove, but along the western side of the city. So you'll be going through the Merchant's Way, past Madame Zizi's place, as I'm sure you guys by this point probably are passing by it. So, Ardrin, you recognize the neighborhood, the area that you're at with all of the shops and things, and see that this is the place that you have spent some time recently.
I'm still just conversing with the boy. I'm trying to remember actually what was said last time.
Just tips on being cool.
No, that was before.
Because you had
we were still at
asked
the
them
bar.
about.
We were just talking. Yeah, we were talking.
Yeah,
about,
you asked him about it,
limb
and he
render.
said that he was invisible.
Mhm.
That's why I looked at him and
Yeah.
saw everything.
So, how long have you known this individual?
I don't know. Probably like a year, maybe.
And just real quick, how old is this kid again?
Like 8, 9
Eight-
is what we
8 or 9ish, yeah.
Oh wow, I thought he was at least 10. Oh, it's getting worse. Okay. And how did that whole interaction start? Did you kind of just wake up one day hearing his voice? Did you find something and then you started hearing it, or?
Make an insight check for me.
Oh, this is still going to be a disadvantage. Of course it is.
Disadvantages come from?
exhaustion.
I got 1 point of it still. 23. With
23?
disadvantage.
He looks visibly uncomfortable once you ask. And uncertain, I would say, too. Like, not sure how to answer that at first.
Like
And he sees
doesn't know, or
like a kid who knows a secret but is trying to figure out a way to not get himself in trouble.
You can tell me. I'm not going to get mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed. I'm just mad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a message from you. Okay, never mind. Does he look like he's like slowing down, like he's gonna like shirk out of the march kind of thing, or
No, he's still walking along. He just seems to be in that panic flight mode of like, how do I answer this question? And finally, after what seems like an eternity of him like mulling it over, I can't tell you that.
meh. When you're ready for it, and he's just gonna reach down and kind of just adjust the hat to make sure that it's sitting right, and he's just gonna let him have that for a minute.
And
You feel safe though?
he nods. I've never not felt safe since we've become friends. He's saved my life.
Well, that's always a good thing. Does he ever ask for anything in return?
Seems to think about it.
Like have
No.
you run errands or
I don't think so. I can't. No. He's just giving me advice. He's trying to help me get stronger and better so that I can get out of the city. I don't want to be a merchant like my dad.
Where do you want to go?
Anywhere. I want to be a proud warrior. Someone strong that people can go to when they need protection. And be powerful.
I know you just said you want to be someone that people look to for protection, but then you really hedged on power there. What do you want to do with that power?
Whatever I need to.
Power just for the sake of power ain't gonna do it, you or anybody else, any good. It has to have a purpose.
Yeah, so that
Now, if you say you want to protect people with that power, that's a good thing. But just having power for the sake of it is how power goes wrong. It's how you end up hurting people.
sometimes people need to be hurt. He doesn't say that to you as much as he's just like looks the other direction and says it.
I mean, out of character, I feel like we can agree with that just to a certain extent, just a little bit. Well, he kind of looks over his shoulder just to see how close anybody is following at this point, because when they were first walking, there was a bit of a gap.
I'm kind of caught up a little bit, still trailing behind, and my eyes are just locked on y'all as I'm up and down looking at this magic fucking sword. Kind of give you a nod, like I've been hearing stuff here and there, but yep.
It's good that he's giving you a little bit of advice. Good that he's giving you a few skills, but always question why anybody does anything. Even us. It's good to ask us proper questions now and again, too. Trust ought to be earned.
He just seems to nod and like is thinking about what you just said, but also gives you the feeling that he is having another conversation as well.
Yeah, Arjun's not going to push any further on that. It's kind of just like, we said her little piece. Now we're just going to walk and enjoy companionable silence kind of thing.
Okay.
Let him chew on that conversation for a bit.
Sonder, Sol, Galil, and Kindred, what are you guys doing or continuing to do? Kindred, you just said you were just like watching.
Like
Galil.
half paying attention to Galil as he's explaining what he saw back in the thing to the others, and like kind of paying attention more towards Ardrin, and just even though their backs are to me, I'm just kind of watching this.
Well, then I will say at some point you probably noticed Galil's demeanor change during that conversation. Sonder and Sol, as you guys are walking along as well, what are you guys doing? Just kind of listening to Galil's story.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're just walking.
All right then. In that case, we're
here. No.
we are gonna go back a little bit to Renan and Iskra. As you travel with Perindel, Spurious, and the which are the two human men, and then Gallus is the hobgoblin that has is traveling with you guys as well. The hobgoblin man that had that you had seen that had brought Spurious the box. But the conversation has been, well, rather silent as you guys have been walking towards the caravan cove. I think at one point, Spurious, the one who has the band on his head right now, he occasionally will ask you guys questions, just like, where have you traveled before, or have you performed for anyone in particular? Just a couple of probing questions like that, just kind of getting you a background for who you are as performers. What kind of things would you be telling him?
I would say that Ilowen and I have only met recently, but we found that our performing styles meshed well together, and so we've decided to travel together from here on. That I have performed for many merchant bands and even a few courts, although mostly my style of performance and dance is more appreciated by common people.
Perindal. So would you say you are performers of the common folk?
I believe that would be a reasonable way to put it, certainly. But as for me, I traveled, but I tended to stay near the spine. For the most part. For a long while.
Our master does appreciate the unique things in life. It is often that people try to entertain with over-exaggerated skills and flamboyant performances. But I believe it is your simple natures, while still maintaining a unique flavor that will entice him into hiring you. I look forward to seeing what else you are capable of. We continue.
And we are looking forward to showing you everything we can.
I'm trying to think like time-wise. This is now in the afternoon. This would be before the party. The rest of the party had like started to head south to this thing, so you probably have about an hour ahead of them in relation of events.
Perindel and I don't remember the other guy's name, but they needed to make like some grocery stops on the way.
You arrive at the Caravan's Cove, which would, I guess, be the first time that either of you have seen this space, like, as is. It is truly a sight. The let me see here.
Dig Dug?
Yes, definitely. Dig Dug. I'm just trying to find the right jam here.
Oh,
we'll go with
Push it
this one.
real
That's-
good.
Yeah, that's the one. At this point in the afternoon, you can see that there's like, it's not that shops and whatnot are starting to shut down, but there's definitely a change of pace as people are getting ready to settle in for the evening and such. A couple of vendors here and there near the cove are starting to board up or bring things inside. The eateries that you pass by are starting to fill up with people that are boisterously enjoying their evening meals and entertainment. Reaching the cove, you see what almost appears to be this giant open space of the city where there is a well-treaded hill of sand that kind of climbs at an angle up out of the canyon. This is, you have seen one or two spots like this in the city where it looks like the sands have spilt over and created a ramp down into the city. This is one of the first that looks like it has been packed hard by countless caravans. It's also reminiscent of a harbor, to some degree, that you would normally find in a port city by the water of some sort. There are these large gangplanks, boardwalks that kind of stick out into the sand that rise probably 20 feet or so above the ground. Sometimes, depending on the level or the dip in the sand, it looks more like 30 to 40 to like, it just kind of changes. But it constantly is, it's probably about 25, 30 feet wide. And then once it gets further out, it kind of like, the widest is at its base and then it kind of just narrows in. But instead of ships, there are these large sauropod reptilian dinosaurs that you see there. Most of them have now are in the process of laying down or relaxing for the evening. There is a probably somewhat of a steady chorus of sounds that kind of echo out through this cove as they kind of sing song to each other. Some of them already have what looks like platforms or saddles strapped to their backs, but it seems like most of the things have been removed and are allowing them to rest for the evening. There is one section of the river that kind of comes in like a large almost like a water trough kind of situation, but big enough to where some of these creatures can wander into and bathe themselves in the cool waters that are deviated from the river as it passes through the cove. And in amongst them, besides these long-necked, long-tailed creatures, are some of the smaller spiked horned variety and a couple of even the hadrosaur type. It's a very lively space. And in and amongst the edges, you can see a couple of the caravan tents that have been set up for the merchants that come through with these caravans. And you are being brought to one particular one that is set up where there are two large sauropods that kind of flank either side of this batch of tents. And you can see these the people and color of the tent and some of the trappings and things match those that Spurious, Perindol, and Gallus wear, that same green and bronze kind of coloration. But it is to these tents that you are being brought. Perindol speaks to you. This is the caravan of the Silken Trade. We are preparing to leave here within the next day or so, once we have acquired a resupply of both sustenances as well as hired hands. But Liao is not one to put off pleasure over business, so the more we are able to acquire before we are ready to leave, the better our trip will go. I hope you are ready. Is there anything that you require before your performance?
For my part, the only thing that I particularly require would be if you could make certain that there are a few torches or lamps about to make use of those. Other than that, no, I don't believe so. And I look over to Iris.
For my part, just his attention.
They nod and continue into the camp. There is one one larger tent that obviously looks like this would be the boss's tent, as it is a little fancier looking than some of the other ones that are off to its side. But you do see a handful of workers, both male and female, various races that are seem to be tending to some of the larger reptilian creatures, both in like medicinally tending to them, as some of them look like they have recently taken some been in a scrap or a fight. There's a couple of bandaged arms and legs that are currently being tended to, but you are led to the main tent. Over on each side, there's a couple of crates and boxes, but you don't see much in the way of perhaps like merchandise that is going to be shipped at the moment. This looks like purely the effects of the caravan itself and less so the goods. If you looked up onto the dock above, that's where you can see it looks like there's a lot more of things that are set aside and ready to be bundled onto the saddles and tables, like what are they called? Not benches, they are called platforms that they have on some of these creatures.
A chaise lounge.
Yeah, sure. That one. All right. All right. Bringing you then into this main tent. Let's see. As you go in, there is a opening of the tent, and on the inside you can see what you would imagine in the quintessential Arabian fantasy of like large throw rugs on the ground, lots of really comfy looking pillows. Even on the inside of this tent, it looks like there are more, not necessarily more tents, but you can see that fabric has been partitioned down to create like little rooms and such, little offside rooms. And there are two on each side that look like they have like little beaded entrances that just kind of dangle to lead into whatever little side rooms are in there. There in the center, by a sitting on a large, comfy-looking beanbag, is whom you assume to be is Liao, a young human man, probably in his late 20s, perhaps. But dressed in what looks like very comfortable silken pajamas, has one of those kind of silk vests, and what was like kind of a shirt, but is almost sheer in its like thinness. But he's laying back, looks up at the two of you, and then looks over at Perindol, who gives an introduction. Liao, we have acquired a few potential members for our caravan. We found them singing and playing at the Twisted Coins. No, that's where you stayed. the shining eye. That's where you were for.
They've been watching us.
Whoops. And he looks over. When he says we, he looks over at Spurius and Gallus. Thought they might be of particular interest to you. The head merchant leans back, just kind of like strokes his chin, looking over you up and down.
I'll do a bit of a performer's bow, with one leg behind the other.
And behind Iskra, I will, as I do mine, I'll kind of extend the wings in either direction, but make sure that I'm going behind Iskra, so I'm not, smacking her in the face with a wing or something. And I'll do this.
If you
As I
did,
bow.
then we would immediately become a comedy act. I'd be pretending to do that for the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of straight. So, you are musicians?
That is the general idea.
I am called Iris. I am from across the sea. I am a performer and musician.
And I am Ailuan, from far to the west.
I see. Well, by all means, I guess let's see what you have. Reaches into
Do
a
I
bowl
notice-
and picks out a little really sweet looking fig and takes a bite out of it and just is waiting to watch to see what happens. Do you notice what?
I am
So there are
going to say to Ailuan,
Mhm.
I need help from the party. What was the place we were at? The name of the place before we went to the woods with Vian and Arjun and all that. The place where
Veltalar.
everything went to
Spindalin.
shit.
Veltal-
Spindalin.
Veltalar.
Spendelian was before that, yeah.
Yeah.
For that, yeah.
mm,
Ailuan, do you remember the performance we were going to give in Veltalar?
vaguely, but not particularly.
Try to stick to that. I'm hoping he'll remember what Sonder and I practiced before.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, because we never actually gave that routine, it'll
Yeah.
be totally new.
Perfect.
So I'm
Alright.
going to do that.
So I would love to roll a history check to see if somebody is allowed to tell me what happened.
I mean, no, that was because that was a performance you were going to give at the event that
natural
Wanda.
20.
All right, cool. You kind of remember probably if you once she goes, you'll be able to pick. You're going to be able to pick right up along with it.
That was
but-
vague.
So you recall that we were going to go with a mystic Fae theme,
Dark
essentially.
fantasy,
Yeah.
illusions of the mind.
Right. So I'm going to start off with a dance, and then I'll start to play later on in the performance. You can, with your natural 20, you can clearly remember Sandra and I practicing this.
Okay. Lovely. And I'll try, and this can be part of the performance check, I suppose, but I will try to work in a little bit of Avarial wind dance into the beginning of it without making it too overly flamboyant.
All right. So as you go ahead and roll your performance check, then with it, I'll give you advantage on it just because with Renan's natural 20 just help you carry that over a little bit.
Sounds good. And, Iskra did do this shortly
I won't-
before joining the party as a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Galil can come and double check if you would like. But that is another natural 20.
Oh my god. That's
Oh, you only had to do the one roll, but yeah.
I don't need the advantage, I suppose.
Oh no, the
but-
advantage was for Iskra.
Okay.
I did need it, so that I rolled a 7 at first, then it got upgraded to a 17. So
Nice.
Heck yeah.
plus performance is gonna give me a 24.
Okay. All right. So as you start to perform, you can see that Lee is just watching with interest.
As I dance, I mostly focus on my motions, but every once in a while, or maybe just once, I will look at him in the eyes and keep going.
Okay.
And on a cue of like having seen her look him in the eyes a couple of times, I will
Just
try
once.
to. Okay. You only look him in the eye once.
Yes.
Okay, well then I guess I can try to make it as a reaction then. But wanting to use thaumaturgy, that I will change the color of the lights with the flames within the tent to something. What outfit are you wearing?
Just the only thing I've got at this point. So that's going to be my normal attire.
Her
with
normal
my
clothes.
with the wave motif
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
bottom and everything like that.
Then I will change the color of the flames to kind of an off blue green.
And I'll use that as the cue to then sit and begin to play.
Okay. So then
And
as you do, go ahead.
And I will start singing in Sylvan.
Okay.
And
There-
for this one, I'm going to be playing and then also occasionally actually using the side of my instrument as percussion.
Very interesting. You see him like just kind of continually snacking as he watches this performance, raises an eyebrow whenever the light change, looks over to Spurious actually, and when that happens, and Spurious also returns, says, "Look," gives him a raised eyebrow as well, but continues to be interested in this display. Occasionally shifts and just like watches you both, but the whole time is paying attention. Spurious comes over to his side, sits himself into one of the sections of this large fluffy beanbag thing that they all seem to have. Gallus comes up behind him as well as Parendon. They remain standing and definitely give you the vibe of being guards. You haven't seen, since you've come in anyway, you haven't seen any guards. So that's been kind of interesting. Now that you've probably, you will have noticed that on the coming in, less so during the performance that you think about it, but you just see them like coming in behind them. Definitely gives you that that guard vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you finish your performance, he
And at the final note, I'll snap my fingers and the lights, the flames within the tent go back to normal.
all right, cool.
Thinking of the mercantilists back in Ravnica, that we held this guy's attention for the whole time and he wasn't like managing accounting sheets or planning his next big trade move is something that is good.
Or starting a conversation with
So-
someone.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, there's not an applause, but he was watching and interested the whole time. Takes a sip from.
24 is not a full-
And
He
mine would have
ta-
been a 23 for the performance check, so
He takes his sip
I'll move over to Iskra.
and stands. Walks over to you two. Looks you up and down. Kind of starts doing a very like a purchaser's circling, like someone who's like looking, scanning the
Valuing the
merchandise.
goods.
Yeah, I couldn't think of I didn't want to make it sound terrible, but
The product.
basically, yeah, you're like your
Appraisal?
basic
I
appraisal.
know what we're
yeah.
doing here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're trying to sell ourselves.
But yeah, definitely appraising the product here and like looking it over. It's like, you play well, you dance well. Your singing, Sylvan, is not necessarily my forte, but you have a good voice.
If there is something you would prefer for later, I may be able to accommodate you.
He brings a finger up under your chin and like lifts your head a little bit. And like just doesn't say anything, but just kind of like looking you over. Goes over to Iskra, carefully puts a hand on the side of your head, like touches your hair. I'm assuming, he looks over at the other two, that you have no other obligations here in Tiraturos for the foreseeable future.
That's correct. At the time, we're free agents.
Excellent. These trips, I'm not gonna lie, generally are, rather dangerous. We didn't have much in the way of entertainment on our last trip through. It was extremely dull, very boring, and unfortunately, most of our hired help, they don't know much in the way of music or any sort of entertaining skills. They are good for some things, but I appreciate being able to have something to see and listen to while I enjoy my meals and relax for the evening, etc. For the time being, we'll call this a trial period. We are making a trip over to Pirados and back. Should be about a 10 days time, all told. I will pay you both 300 gold. Going and coming back. Your food will be provided for. We will find you lodging with the others traveling with us. We will provide you with a ride if you do not care for the walking, and although sometimes walking is good. But you will be cared for. You will be expected to play in the evenings, perhaps a few times during the day, just to give us something to listen to as we travel. We hope that you don't mind traveling with the larger reptilian beasts.
I find them to be beautiful creatures. I would have no issue.
Excellent. So do we have a deal?
I'll look over at Renan.
Just out of curiosity, if I didn't understand correctly, would that be 300 each?
Yes.
Or 300 total? Alright. Then, looking over at Iris, I just kind of like very slightly nod my head, trying to make it as imperceptible as possible.
Sure.
All right, then I'll go into a big bow and say, then we're yours.
I look forward to entertaining you, sir.
Iris, was it?
Yes, that's it.
And Iluin.
Indeed.
Can I call you Louis?
I would prefer not, but if you must.
Yeah. It sounded better in my head. Okay. Well, then we have a deal. Spurious, see to it that they are taken care of. I am going to get ready for the evening. feel free to make yourselves comfortable. Spurious will show you to the tent where you can use for the time being. Come back here within the next short time. Once the food is brought in for the evening, you can come in and play. I believe we have a few more appointments that I must take care of, so just something casual off to the side. No fuss. Just some dinner music, if you don't mind. Think you can handle that?
Absolutely.
Excellent. By the way, you can just call me Lee. It's fine. We've already met Spurious. Parendel Gallus. I do have a member of my security second, Arcadios. He'll be here as well. Some of the other merchants. Spurious here is in charge. He's our merchant of magic. We also have Vadu. He is our merchant of arms, and Cadasia is our merchant of oddities. They will be joining us for dinner, so you will see them as well. We're going to be interviewing some more hired help, some rough and tumble mercenary folk that Arcadios apparently has seen. He goes over to Iskra and gets a little close and kind of whispers, I feel like you have a appraising eye. Would that be correct?
I'm capable of discerning quite a bit, I would say.
Takes a finger and kind of taps your shoulder. Do me a favor. When these hooligans come in, I want your discerning eye. Let me know what you think, what you see. Sometimes someone from another life's perspective can offer you some valuable insight I have learned over time.
I'll give it my best. The eyes of a performer.
Excellent. We'll see you soon. And he goes over to one of the beaded curtains and goes inside. Spurious gets back up from where he was. Hands you each a small little dice bag's worth of coins, and gives you 10 gold each at the moment.
Nice.
For expenses, for expenses before we leave, if you have need of anything in particular, if you require more, let us know.
I'll thank him in advance.
Okay. Okay. So you are shown to your own little tent. You are going to be in one of the workers' tents, and we are going to give you some roommates.
Nothing worse than a hostel, except for a hostel that travels with you.
One of the larger tents you are introduced to Caleb, Homius, Sarashta, and Bashin. I'll put those names in the chat so that you can see what
Does one of them play the harmonica?
No.
Is one of them a fire wizard?
No.
Is one of them a Jedi Knight in disguise?
No.
Is one of them a
He's not in
cook?
disguise.
Are we playing Guess Who right now? Does
You
one of
said
them have a
Caleb.
mask?
Click.
There's
Is she
gotta
wearing
be a cook.
glasses?
Does he look like a bitch?
No. Galil hasn't come into the tent yet. Okay, so. Oh no, I'm dead. He's like,
Wait, did you say dead or dead?
you're muted, Adam. I was like, he's
I
calling.
said, hold on, I'm ordering an Uber.
He's like, I'm calling. This is 911. I'd like to I'd like to call in a murder. It's about to go down in about 30 minutes. All right.
Go ahead, I'll wait.
Yeah. No. So Caleb and Homius are both hobgoblins. They are hobgoblin men. Bashin is a dwarven woman, and Sarashta is a oh my god, I was gonna say Leonin, not Leonin.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi
Only $20 to get to your place, Aaron.
is a Tabaxi woman. So there's two hobgoblin guys, one dwarven woman, and Sarashta is a Tabaxi woman. They are you find, well, we'll introduce them more a little later. For now, for the time being,
Who's that musician?
those are your tent. Do they call them tenties? We'll call them tenties. Those are your tenties.
Sure.
I don't think I like
I'm
it.
teetering on a little. Look at my
Tent
tenties.
mates. Oh no, that went.
Notes
boy.
about the silk traders. What is this? Me taking
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah. What is this? What is happening to me? Am I
What's
taking
this?
notes?
What's this?
I'm just so happy that there's yet another cat girl for Iskra.
It's you gotta stay on brand. You know. You gotta make it entertaining.
The heist is Iskra's virtue.
Amazing. The rest of you.
I just gotta keep looking at my locket with the tetanus.
There we go.
The ship still sails.
The rest of you have
Off a cliff.
right at the end of the world. The rest of you have moved through the merchant's quarter and are now arriving at the Caravan's Cove, which I guess it's the first time that Sonder, Soul, and Kindred have seen this. As
No, Sonder was with us.
Sonder was with you. Okay, so
was
just
there,
Kindred.
yeah.
So Kindred and Soul were the ones that had not seen this before. Okay, so going back to the same pier, you see Arcadios waiting for you guys. So is this the rest of your merry troop of individuals?
Yes. Yes, this is the rest of them.
I see. He looks over at Kindred, and Soul is in regular form, or did he go into like an animal form? I don't remember.
He was in regular form, walking back. I don't know if
Probably.
he would have went into cat or animal form and meeting this guy.
That would make sense for him not to. Yeah.
Not to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Pokemon too.
Not
All
to.
right. Mewtwo, not
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goes over,
Yeah, well-
looks over Sonder and Galil, Ardrin, and looks down at Max and raises an eyebrow. I see you all come in different shapes and sizes. As he then looks over at Soul, who's like much bigger.
I'd like to bring in
Soul
all the
will say,
trolls for this
I
situation.
can be another shape if you want.
I'm trying to picture like a
see
really
that.
suave Saul saying, I can be any shape you want.
Ooh.
If we had stayed in Amrutlar and he got lessons from
Yeah,
Twiggy?
like I can
For
imagine
Trino.
him trying, but I can't imagine it being very good.
All right. So, at the moment, Liao, who is our head merchant, is in the process of dining for the evening. So, this interview will be quick. He must merely size you up, get a taste, if you will, of the defensible power that you might command. So if you have things in mind to showcase your strengths, I advise you keep them close at hand, close in mind. He looks over at Sonder. Let's see, for the most part, the others seem somewhat more armored than the rest. You seem like you don't strike me as a mage. And he looks over at Kindred and then over at Soul. Are you martially capable? Yes, if you
do something.
I was also hearing Aaron breaking up a fair amount.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it breaking up a lot? All right, hold on, let me check all of my things. Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Okay. So he was asking you, Sonder, if you don't seem like the mage type, but you also didn't seem as armored as the rest. So he was asking if you were martially capable.
Show me your moves.
Yes. I practiced in a monastery for most of my life.
Yeah, we're like outside is still.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the there's so just like has the boardwalk that goes out to where they had been before. There's stairs that you would normally see on a boardwalk. They go into the water. They go all the way down to the sand, and you can see there's the tents that are set up in and amongst a few of the reptilian dinosaurs that are down there.
Okay. Well, Sonder is talking to Arcadios.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull my dagger and throw it right at Sonder.
Ooh, okay.
You can
That's
catch
how
it,
he
right?
died.
And then I point
I'm
really
gonna
quick,
catch it.
catch it. No.
Maybe tell him first.
Like that one video of the guy that's interviewing and then catches the
baseball.
before
The
he hits the girl in the
baseball, yeah.
face.
Hey,
Yeah.
nicely done.
Okay, so yeah, I will automatically catch that because my the
Dope monk shit.
damage
It's a D4.
Reduction.
Yeah.
is plus 10.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw it at a barrel or a crate that is nearby. Not a barrel, a crate nearby.
Really?
It starts leaking.
Barrel Goldweaver
Right.
walks from off camera and just
I have
gets
to walk
stabbed.
10 feet because it's out of my 30 range feet for my mage hand to pull it out, and then I walk back to 10 feet.
Damn
You
it.
couldn't just throw it back to me.
Would you have
What
caught it?
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Like,
alive.
catch it.
He would have caught it. It just would have been in him.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
I
Okay.
don't require a weapon, but I am trained in most. This is my weapon. And I'll nudge my staff.
Are you doing the whole
Oh. These are my weapons. Right here.
We're just taking the caravan to the gun show.
He looks over at the boy.
Which way to the Thayan Beach?
He looks over at the boy and then looks over at Galil. Is this your
He's
son?
more of like a squire. Everybody starts in the trade kind of in a similar way.
His eyes narrow a little bit. You look awfully familiar. All right.
Oh,
with
because
me.
I was wearing the hat earlier. That's maybe what you were thinking of.
Maybe. And he goes down the stairs, leading you towards the caravan's place.
So are we in a compound, or is it still kind of
This,
openish?
so it's very open. This is the caravan cove is that open. It's almost like a harbor or dock. that is just out in the canyon is probably, this is the widest that you have seen the canyon, all along the outer ring. This is the widest point where it like spreads out. If you look at the map that I had given like forever ago that I never came back around and edited, it's that front that top corner section.
If I like look up, are there like guards posted anywhere or anything?
City guards, yes. There are city guards here in the cove that just kind of are watching over all of the belongings. A lot of the boardwalk itself that goes outwards looks to be blocked off or guarded, as if like after a certain point nobody is allowed on those piers, and they kind of stand guard with like some gating
like
that
TVA?
kind of like, yeah, just kind of like gating that kind of comes across and keeps that safe so that they can keep that stuff out in the open, because climbing up the boardwalk is very, very visible. So even though they are out in the open, they are the safest there.
Okay. So while going down there, all I'm going to do is cast Detect Magic again to keep it up to lay the land.
I'm gonna grab the dagger before we go and give it back.
I
to
already grabbed
Pinterest.
it.
Okay.
With my mage hand that I had to walk for. See if I set you up again. That was a perfect setup, and then you had
Calm down, Essek.
Yeah.
No,
Pissed
it
he had
would.
to walk.
Yeah. Oh, Essek.
I mean, he did catch a dagger that was thrown at him.
That's fine.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. All right. Stepping down into the Caravan Coves area, you go up to and see several of these large dinosaurs that are. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what it is. That are there, and there are 2 of the large sauropods. There are 4 of the like frilled, spiked. They're not the Triceratops. No, they're not Triceratops. They're another version like it. They just have a lot of horns on their frill. And then there are 6 of the Hadrosaur type that are kind of there here in this little group with the tents. There's like one main large tent and 4 a lot plainer tents that kind of like are elongated, and you can see some of the workers that are tending to the animals go in and out of those tents. But you are brought to the main tent and are brought inside there. Let's see here. Once you go inside, as you approach the door that Arcadios like holds open for your troop to walk into, you are greeted by a very familiar sound. There in the center are several individuals seated at a low table. So it's like Japanese style low table where everyone sits on the floor. This table is laid out with all sorts of food. It smells amazing in here. Directly at the head of the table is whom you assume to be Liao, the head merchant. To his left, so we're just going to go with the direction that you're looking. On the right side of the table closest to him would be Spurious Delaz, a about middle-aged human man, whom, interestingly enough, is wearing Renan's circlet.
Clock that, and I'm like, oh, magic as fuck. He's gonna hate that. Keep it together.
On the across from him is will be Perindol, whom I don't think anybody has met here yet, because it was just you two that had met him earlier. Next to Perindol is a hobgoblin man, also dressed not so much in armor, but more definitely gives you the merchant vibes. Probably looks to be a little older in life. His pink skin is looking a little wrinkly, and the hair that he does have is starting to gray already. Across from him, also dressed in merchant clothing, is a drow woman that is looking that is currently in the process of like having some conversation with Spurious. And behind them you see Renan and Iskra. Iskra's already set up with her dulcimer and is playing some music as the conversation comes to a stop, and they look up to see the entering band.
I do one of those quick little like eyes kind of dart, look at everybody, sort of like flutter, and very intentionally don't make further eye contact, but keep looking since I was asked to.
I only slightly stutter on I'm midway through a word, and I see them come in, and I'm like, huh? Oh, and I go back to
Huh?
Huh?
I feel like Arjun, in his time as Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy before meeting up with the group, would have been a little practiced at not acknowledging people he knows. So he just doesn't do or say anything.
Meanwhile, Max definitely has this face of like recognition, a smile, and then like looks at everybody else and sees that everybody else is like straight face, and then immediately just like goes back to trying to look serious. Galil, what were you gonna say?
I messaged Soul
Very
saying,
sweet.
just do not acknowledge them.
But why? They are our friends.
He just starts looking everywhere else beside them, but very obviously not looking at them.
I'm gonna
Goes
hold
from one
Soul's
secret
hand.
to another.
You what, Kindred?
I'll hold Soul's hand. Oh.
I said he goes from one secret to another.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it probably would be getting a little nervous, Sonder, if you didn't grab his hand and he kind of like grips it and like very firmly grasps it.
I'm
Firmly
firmly
blood
grasping.
vessel in Saul's eye to just burst.
Saunder's like, ah!
Thunder gets his hand back. It's like partially broken in 3 places.
Throbbing. Dun, 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 dun.
Powdered Sonder.
Master Liao, these are the potential that that I had spoken to you about. 1 second. So, he now directly speaking to you all. So you are.
I'm gonna bow to him and look to the rest
Oh, Arjun follows
to
suit.
follow suit. Yeah. Sonder.
Travis.
Travis. Curious name. Looks over at Kindred.
You can call me K. I don't get involved unless there's magic involved. They do the physical. I step in when it needs an arcane touch.
You see the drow woman and the man with Renan's circlet both like look at each other and slowly look over at you with an appraising eye. He gestures over at Galil.
I'm a hunter. Jet.
A hunter. No, I don't see you doing very well in the desert with that particular attire, but to each their own. It looks over at Soul. And just like, hi, I'm Soul.
How far away am I from Iskra?
Probably about 20 feet. She'd be at like
Are
the
they still
back of
kind
the tent. So, and you guys are at the front. So,
Are they still kind of like eyeing me, those two?
just more so when you mentioned the arcane side of things, they kind of looked you up and down to kind of like look you over, and then went back, like shared a glance with each other, and then kept eating and like, but they're all like looking at everybody that's standing there in front of them. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Josh, did you mean to say Sonder or Bazil?
I did not mean to say Sonder. I would have gone with Bazil if we can go back. But I definitely said Sonder.
Just because I've noticed occasionally we've done a little bit of the goofs. I didn't know if that was an intentional.
And then
Definitely
has
goof.
Max
Brett,
been introduced yet?
Brett,
No.
Brett,
I was just like, oh.
Not yet.
I'll come up and like put my hand on his shoulder unless like, I'm far away from him.
No, I mean you can move over
He's in
too.
training. Okay, he's in training. He's finding his way. We call him M.
M.
Hmm?
MK. Huh.
Okay.
Ultra. No.
Jet. MK. Soul. Brazil.
Bazil.
Bazil. Got it. And Travis.
Yeah, we sometimes like to use the traveling name, the other guys. We like to go with the notion of when you can't afford the best, you hire the other guys.
Die like the rest. No.
Is that is that your name? Other guys? You are the other guys?
Well,
I
this
mean,
season, anyways.
everybody knows a guy, and it's helps keep us anonymous.
Prefer discreet.
The woman, the drow woman, like has been sipping her wine, looks over at Kindred, and then the rest. Out of curiosity, how long exactly have y'all been doing this sort of thing?
Oh, some of us for quite a long time, some of us for only a few months.
Yeah, well, for a second. All right, now it's reconnected. So strange.
I was going to say,
We're
shall
back.
we do the break?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
The
Hold
break.
on. Well, yeah,
Finish the
almost.
scene first.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Well, I thought he would.
All right,
be out
we
for a
back.
little longer.
No, we're good. We're good. We're back, I think.
Yay.
Rechecking
Oh, no.
everything.
He needs
Yes.
to pay his internet bill with his quarters.
Gotta put in another
I just
quarter into the
restarted
slot. All right.
Why do you have no fiber?
Yeah, why indeed. All right, so you you had just said that you've been doing it merchant work or the mercenary work for a while. Your this coming from the woman again. Good to see a kindred spirit from the down below.
Well, it's always
Whatever
a
he's done.
pleasure to see another of my kind up on here.
Yeah,
And you get acquainted if you have the time or the mindset.
oh, that's all up to him. She looks over at Liao. Iskra's now playing faster all of a sudden.
Tension
Match tension,
intensifies.
much-
Started purposely playing very anxious music.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
It's the dulcimer version, the Ravnican version of Flight of the Bumblebee. I love it.
Like
Yeah.
Aarakocra, well, that would be what it would be.
Thunder looks to Iskra like,
Yeah, go, girl. Liao gets up from the table, goblet in hand. He goes over and starts to do what he had done with Renan and Iskra before, and do that same appraising look over everyone. He checks leather straps, like to see how they are, if they are fashioned on well, making sure you didn't just like slip them on, making sure you know what you're doing.
Should
Goes
we
over.
make a getting dressed in the morning check?
You're gonna have to start. Goes over to Galil. Do you have you don't have a sword or anything, right? Or do you? You don't, because I think we talked about this.
Just a dagger and my longbow, which is my.
Mm-hmm.
So they're only going to see like quiver of arrow,
quiver.
and a dagger.
Yeah. Which I will
You're not
say.
going to see a weapon on Ardrum.
Yeah, no. They're just kind of looking over, seeing what you do have. Goes to Kindred, grabs a little bit of the
spread 'em.
fabric.
No.
get a little bit of the fabric from your coat, the sleeve. Just kind of feels it. Let's see. Normally with these sort of hirings, I like to try and see what you are capable of, and we are looking to try and set out as tomorrow, some point perhaps, or the next day. So I want to make this quick, just in case that you don't work out. He goes over to Sonder, grabs like your shoulder and like just squeezes a little bit here and there. You Gallus, do me a favor. Take this one outside. Beat him. I want to see what she's made of. From like
just nodded.
the back corner, you see a hobgoblin that had kind of been sitting off to the side, like on his own little mini table, gets up, like shakes dust off of his hands, cracks his knuckles.
walk behind him.
Let's go, blue boy. And walks outside. And I guess that's where we'll go to break.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow, crazy.
Basic girl.
All right. Well, on that note,
I'm just waiting for the camera to sort of just fix to the closed flaps of the tent. You hear this bloody, gorific howl, and then just Sonder walks back in. It's like, I'm done. What else you got?
Let's not
All
jinx it.
yeah. I mean, could be. We'll see who walks into the tent on the flip side of this. So,
Fuck boys go in.
It's
only one
Fume.
comes back out.
Oh my gosh.
Evil Sunder.
all right. Yeah. Remember, we all know he's got a
Banning in
secret.
Sunder.
we got the secret. Sandra's got a secret. All right, we will be right back.
Got a gun.
He's got some. Sandra's got some guns. There you go. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Wee.
Code Lyoko.
We are back. We are here. That's all I
Just
can
load
say.
it back in, guys.
Which, I don't know where I was going with that. I was like, we are back. We are here. Woo!
We are both of those things. Yes.
We are. Man,
We are
I just
here. I wouldn't say we're present.
Yeah, that's fair.
We are here.
That's fine. It's fair. Alrighty. Where did we leave? Oh yes, I remember.
The fuck boy, fuck down.
I'm about to give a whooping to Sonder. Hehehe.
Oh, right. I had a gift I was supposed to post. Hold on.
Can I roll with the Argent dice?
So, Sonder, this hobgoblin guy opens the tent for you to go outside with him. Liao is also joining you. which almost not necessarily reluctantly, but like there's a couple of like last minute sips and quick bites, like grabbing a couple of handfuls of food that the other merchants grab some things, they get up. Perindel looks over at Renan and Iskra and is like, if you want to come out and see, you're welcome to come outside. And just turns around and walks out, like leaving the choice up to you.
Well, they should be entertaining. Let's go.
Yes?
The choice is yours. Live or die.
So are most of the people staying in the tent?
Everyone's kind of starting to pile up.
All right, then I'll
Are they
leave
going to
too.
have a dance off?
Yes.
Could. Sunder could.
Do it.
What are you doing? Dance off, bro.
Well, I thought this was,
South Park
a
when they,
dance
like,
off.
I love it. All right.
I'm the
Perindel just
distraction, you
points
big
over
turd
it.
blossom.
At Iskra and I and is like, fight music, go!
Yeah.
Sunder will remain silent the whole way there.
Okay. Let me pull up my thing. You
know.
see,
Perfect song
Iskra,
to
you
play.
almost made me spit out my drink.
Sonder, he gets over to there is like a little bit of a clear space amongst the tents, and you see the hobgoblin man who looks to be probably like also, we'll put him in his like late 20s, early 30s. He doesn't look like, he looks like an adult, not so much in youth anymore, but as he takes off his shirt, you see his body's covered in scars. Like it looks like he has seen some intense combat, and one of them like looks maybe a little fresher than the other. Like there's a scar down his side, like where his rib cage is at, where you're just like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. But you see as he like gets out onto the sand, he kicks off the shoes that he was wearing. So now he's just got these like pantaloons and like a sash around the middle, and is like flexing his and stretching his muscles a little bit. And you're like, okay, this he's got some.
I got the oil.
Some combat expertise to him. Cracks his neck. Gets down into a stance and says, "All right, your move first. Show me what you have." So, he is going to allow you to basically go first. So there's just the two of us. There's not really an initiative order here to it. So it's just he's waiting for you to do your first move.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Dang it, I don't want to be the first. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna crack my knuckles.
Okay.
And I'll put down my stuff since he's not. Is he armed?
No. You just see him like flex.
Okay. All right. Can I use perception to kind of size him up?
Yeah. Is perception or insight?
Okay.
Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Just I'm gonna hold this action. So just before Saunders' fists connect with this individual, I'm just going to use Mind Sliver.
You're gonna hold it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right up until the end. For that release.
And considering I have the spell focus, I can actually hide the verbal component of it. So it'll just do a thing.
Alrighty, cool. You see that the merchants kind of move over off to the side. The hobgoblin, the drow, and the human go over to the side. Liao stands between. Basically, the merchants all line up to his left, and you guys are all on his right hand side. So they all kind of like stand up and line up around his tent. Sonder, what did you roll?
For perception.
I like that you're already frowning.
16.
16. Okay. It definitely is giving you like a the look of like someone who's very physically adept at fighting without like you recognize the stance and posture as someone who is definitely martially trained in the monk ways.
I'm gonna go in for an attack, running towards him, but as I go in for what seems like a punch, my body's gonna fall sideways. Like
feint?
That's the fake attack, like a feint, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead try to go for like a shot at his side or his back.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack.
So Alright. Wow, of course. Wow. That unarmed punch will be a 14 to hit.
Misses. He
And then-
sees your like psych out and bats your hand away like a cat that's like playfully like, just like bats it off to the side.
And then my actual attack will be a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
And that's when he would also do the save.
Oh, okay. What kind of save is it?
Let me refresh. It's an intelligence.
Oh, I have. So, let's see. Oof. All right, he fails.
Does he still have saving face?
No.
Or is that for skills? Oh.
That is a player ability, hobgoblin ability.
He's playing me. Muscles.
Can I give
So-
him inspiration?
Who? The monk?
Yeah,
Which month?
the one Sandra's fighting.
Oh no.
We need him to get this job.
You guys get fired.
You already got the job.
He
Hey.
takes 15 psychic damage. And then his next saving throw that he has to do is a -1d4.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
I'm just literally just gonna
so-
be watching the others, their lips, in case they were saying anything.
So we will say, Sonder, as that first hit and he bats you off to the side, that instant migraine hits his head and allows your hit to go through for that next attack. Where normally he looks like he normally would have like blocked it, but whatever caused him to falter allows you to hit. So go ahead and that 21 that you rolled, what is the damage on that?
14.
14? All right, cool.
As my punch makes contact, that's going to be cold damage.
Ooh. What does that look
So-
like?
Ice will, as I punch, ice will form out of my forearm and into his side, frosting like against his ribs.
Nice. All right,
And then I'll go and use a key point for Flurry of Blows.
go for it.
If I
Let's do
could
another 2. Yeah.
change the order of operations, the migraine would have happened after the actual hit to coincide with it. And now even more so with the ice, because now it's an ice cream headache.
Somehow.
Yeah, my brain's
Brain freeze. Brain freeze.
How did this happen in the desert?
Going in for that next. I am rolling terribly. Fuck. Okay.
You're winning.
It just started.
And you're winning.
Roll on physical dice.
What would Bahamut
Um,
say?
D&D Beyond dice don't seem to like you.
Right? Okay, I'm just gonna. That one was a 15 to hit.
That also
No,
misses.
Yeah. And then my last. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's Flurry of Blows, so one more.
Go for it.
That one would have been after the punch to the side. We'll go in for like a knee, but if that fails, what happens?
Okay. You're gonna go for a punch to the knee.
Knee to the side. After
Knee to the side. He sidesteps it.
Okay.
Like very
And then
fast. So
I
it's
will-
like spins over and away so that your knee hits nothing but air.
I spin around and go in for like a slap.
Okay.
A backhand.
Yeah. Get out of here.
As that last hit. And that is a 26.
That hits.
Combo.
Catches him off guard as he like was watching your knee spin out of the way and didn't see the hand that was backhanding him poof, right across the forehead.
14 damage.
Nice.
And I will try and Stunning Strike him with that.
Ooh, nice. Con save?
16. Yeah.
Minus a D4.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. The "oh no, you didn't, bitch" ability.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Save.
For saving face. No.
9. Minus a D4, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. So then his crown chakra is disrupted. He freezes.
All right, and that lasts until after your next turn,
Yeah,
right?
next turn. Yeah.
So he is stunned. All right, cool. So he's like, you see him like freeze up and not like move. So you get another round. What are you doing? As this is happening, Liao is like saying, we'll say that he's there next to Ardra and he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder and like squeeze, and he goes, "Give you 5 gold if my man wipes the floor with yours."
All right, but you allow me an evening of polite conversation with your lovely drow-esque companion.
Looks over at her. She's like watching this fight go down. Looks back over at you. Be my guest. He's like not even looking. He's like stopped looking at you, just watching the fight. He's like, be my guest.
Oh hell no, I'm gonna fuck her up now.
You just see in the
You
background
just see like her
Kendra
get sideswiped with a fireball to the head.
Oh,
Kindred
Version just
suddenly
steps
has
back
claws.
into the head, just dance, puppets dance.
all right, Sonder, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Is this like a fight to the death, or
Didn't say. He just said he just told Gallus to beat you up. So,
okay?
or beat him. I just said he said beat him. So,
Oh, be careful.
I will take out the my. I'm gonna walk over to where I dropped my stuff. Take out my dagger. And then hold it over his throat. And
That's
then
it?
drop it and walk back and wait for him to attack.
like asking him to use the dagger. Okay. Interesting. All right. So ending your turn, the stun, he kind of like like just like you can see him like trying to like force his body to move again after that stun. Not bad. Looks at the dagger, kicks it with his foot, and like lifts it up to where it like kicks it up into the air, and he grabs it in one hand
Can I react to that?
and flips it down into the sand dagger hilt first. So it just like poof, sticks down like that. So he kicked it up where it was just laying flat and stuck it down. So it's like poof, sure. What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say when he kicks it up and it's spinning in the air, I want a minor illusion, a second dagger. So he's like, ah. That way he hopefully slaps his shit.
All right.
He just slaps the wrong way. He's got this
Yeah,
sword in his palm,
just to fuck him up.
giving it the
roll
Ventura, just
a
screaming like
Arcana
Scrooge
check.
in his knees.
Okie dokie. It's loading.
Loading.
I know it looks like we're
Um,
cheating,
okay,
but we're showing our team spirit by fighting together.
19.
We're showing off our capabilities.
When you fight one of us, you fight all of us.
I was thinking of something to say if I get asked my opinion later. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're watching. And you actually, Iskra, we'll say as you come outside, you see that Lee does look over his shoulder at you and gives you a bit of a wink and like just keeps watching the fight go down.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick nod.
He's just like he's got like a handful of grapes that he's just like popping one at a time in his mouth and is just like watching this whole thing go down.
I lean in
With-
to whisper to Iskra.
He seems to have quite the infatuation with you.
Many do.
And I respond to that by going like,
Straight spitting facts.
For the night.
that I just see Renan go by the screen going like in that meme, just like everyone's going everyone just going around. Perfect. That was amazing. All right, so as all that's going down, your illusory dagger appears as it like kicks up in the air with a little bit of the sand. It's like almost like it like you
Like a Loki illusion.
yeah, kind of like just like whoosh, whoosh. It looks like it slow motioned itself into two separate ones. So we'll say that 'cause he rolled lower than that, but not
I'm
by
just
much.
trying to make him look like an idiot.
Yeah,
So whatever
so
you want.
he grabs both of them, but obviously only one of them was real. But you see him grab the other one and then just kind of like flips it down. So now it becomes less of a just flips it down and almost kind of angry. But he looks over at the crowd that of you guys and just kind of like glares in that direction, but stays focused, looking at Sonder. Comes in and goes in for his strikes. The first strike is going to be a 26.
That hits.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 25.
That hits.
I did math wrong.
Is there a difference?
I was like, the second hit is going to be a 16,
Does not hit.
and the final one is going to be a 20. Not natural, a
That-
natural 20.
Matches my armor.
Okay. So you got 2 hits. So the first one is he comes in with a very straight, like you see him kind of dodge one side to the other. He kind of does a fake out punch like this and then punches you across the face. As he uses that, he uses momentum for his back right elbow to come back around, but you dodge that just as you see the motion of his body trying to make this one fluid combo of a punch, elbow, and as that elbow catches air, you see then his knee come up like he's going to try and knee you in the ribs the same way. But instead, as that knee is raising and kicking outwards, his leg starts to glow and fire erupts out in like a firebender style like kick that goes straight across. So that first sucker punch is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And that fire kick is going to be 26 points of damage on that one.
Shit.
There's 16 points was fire damage, and then the rest was the bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Not great.
Sonder, just
a
throw me
9.
out of your water bottle. I choose you.
That fire catches you off guard, and you are knocked prone by that kick. It just kind of like hits you hard enough to where you're also like covering your face from the fire that seemed to have come out of nowhere, and you just fall to the ground and kind of like just roll over real quick. He doesn't like press the attack or anything. He just like showing you that he's got a little more ferocity there. All right, what are you doing?
Knocked prone, that's an action to get up, right?
Half your movement.
Half your movement.
Oh, half movement? Okay.
Yeah, so it's nothing crazy.
Then I'll use... Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go for some Draconic Strikes. It's keeping with the theme of ice.
Okay.
Is this the Dance of the Dragons?
Right. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Or two Thane Boogaloo.
It's like, get up.
No, Varax, no!
I'm gonna get up and sweep my leg to where dust like kind of like flies up in the air in front of him.
Sure.
And then rush through the dust, going in for a punch. That's gonna be 11 points of damage.
11
Cold.
points of cold damage. There we go. That's a little better.
Wow, Iskra and Renan have some range to play this.
This is from
All of a
Ravnica.
sudden, I have a lot of hair. And
Oh my gosh!
Sort of, like,
Wait,
roll
what is your
Orzire. My battle royale
your battle
character.
royale character comes out of nowhere? Oh my gosh, she was just here in the background, just like jamming out. This is how it's done. Sorry, Iskra, Renan, you guys are out. We have a new bard for our travels. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just going to wait to use Mind Sliver again on whenever he connected.
Okay.
Just resume the brain freeze.
What are you doing, Basile?
After that punch, trying to get out of his way and around to where I can see him straight on. And then I will activate my Aspect of the Worm, resistance to fire.
Alrighty,
Damage.
cool. What does it have a particular visual effect on you?
Saunders, like, not tattoos, his, like, the motifs that are just on his body glow with ice, in this case.
Yeah.
And that's gonna, like, go throughout his whole body and kind of just glow with, like, a light blue aura to it.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Do you anything else?
It's my bonus action, so no.
Okay. All right. He is. You see him as he like takes that hit, that one punch, and like takes like a step back and kind of like winces it off. He is going to look you up and down, and then is going to go in for another 3-point combo. He is going to like wipe a little bit of the dust from his eyes. You play a little dirty, don't you? And then is gonna
Blindness.
spin.
I was gonna say, did he make his Mind Sliver save, or
Oh, no,
did you
I-
let me do that?
What was that?
I
Constitution,
saved
right?
Intelligence.
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 This one is gonna be a 9.
Well, 13 psychic.
Ooh.
And another D4.
Dang.
For just
Okay.
in time for my blindness, or is it at the same time? I forgot you doing that.
Do you want to do blindness?
Yep, right when I see him like try to set up for a combo, blindness. That way
Okay.
it fucks up his
What,
front from the get go.
What is
The Constitution saving throw
cons-
17.
Oh my god, I'm not rolling that dice anymore.
Yes.
That is a 7.
You can make the save after each of his turn, at the end of each of his turns, but it lasts for a minute.
Alright, he stops.
And I'm just gonna lean down to Max, be like, "Did you see that?"
Like you see him like go to punch, and then with his eyes closed, closes his eyes, focuses.
Insight?
He's gonna stick his hand. He like does this with his hands, and just goes one out, one this way, and does like a ticking motion. And you see that as he does like this, like this, like this, and like this, there is a mirror image of his hands appear, where it's like almost like an illusory like doosh doosh
Like
doosh doosh doosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like these little arms just appear out of nowhere, and he like brings them together, and then suddenly it's like these arms stay pointed like this, but become almost like swing around his body like blades, and he brings his arms together and spins his back towards you, which doesn't seem like a great offensive move. But then as he brings them forward like this, you see all 5 of these illusory arms plus his own fist flying towards your face. These are going to be, I'm going to say, because of this. Yeah, no, okay, that's fine. He's gonna make 5 unarmed strikes against you.
Him.
5.
This one is, the first one is a 17.
Misses.
The second one is a 19.
Misses.
The third one is that is a 12.
Block.
This is not going well.
It's still scary.
18, and the
Misses.
final one. So 15. All right,
okay.
online
I'm
dice
okay with all of
and
that.
the physical dice are all just not happy with me. So I'm pulling
Got
these
some
out.
Master Oogway stuff going on. Just
So we're gonna say in slow motion, these blasts fly past you, and like you can see his eyes are closed. And had they been open, maybe this would have done a little better.
Yeah.
But she's like, you matrix dodge some of these, doing
Same dodging.
yeah, just like whoosh, whoosh, like each of these blasts rocket past you. The illusory arms that look like they would have like stabbed into your body just like barely go by, and as you feel them like just barely touching, we'll say like on that 19 where it just barely missed your armor class, you can feel it go against your body, and it is physical. Even though it looks you can see through it, it would have hit just like a physical arm. And all of these moves, and they're, to everybody else watching, it's so fast. And Bazil is here like straight up doing some Trinity like backflips and flips to like avoid these dodges as they hits as they go through. That ends his turn. Yeah, it is now your turn.
He can make the save again.
That is going to be Constitution, right?
Yep.
19.
2.
He makes it.
Nice.
17 on that one. Finally.
2.
Now.
It worked.
To disrupt his like flurry, I'm gonna go in for a Breath of the Dragon.
All right. You can
this
see
would be
his
cool.
eyes finally open, and where they had been covered in black, they now like start to clear up. And just as they clear up, his face starts to light up as the breath of your dragon blast lights his whole body up. In which blast are you doing?
Cold.
Cold. In blue light.
Dracarys.
That's gonna be 15 damage unless he makes a dex saving throw of 16.
16.
And then
Ooh, but
the
he's a monk.
Mind
He's-
Sliver.
Yeah, that is going to be
Mind Sliver was already used.
I ate that up.
unfortunately.
Sorry.
19. 17. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to do math. 20. Why is my brain failing me right now? 26
Okay.
for his
So then he'll
saving
take-
throw.
Wow.
No damage.
7. Oh yeah, you're right.
So
He's a
as
real monk.
he he's a real boy, as like his face and body, like he's just now starting to be able to see again, and he sees this blast of cold energy flying from you towards him. He is going to do a like backflip, and as he lands on his knees or on like one knee, he brings his hands up like this, and you see this fire erupt over his body to create like a shield as the cold blasts over him. All right, that ends your turn.
That's one attack,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go in for flurry of blows
All right.
for bonus
Wait,
action.
if he laid down, is he prone?
He didn't
He's on
lay
his
down.
knees.
He just did like the hero pose, kind of like one knee thing.
He's
I am not
proposing?
going to use my online dice right now. God,
I
What
know
is happening? So
they've been
low.
pretty
This is
bad to me.
okay,
I'm gonna
that's
be
one
a
of them.
jerk and I'm waiting for Sonder to hit him again so I could just. Oh no, the ice headache. It continues. It's just so bad tonight.
That's going to be a 27 for this last
That hits.
hit, and then that will be cold damage as well.
Just keep your cool, Sonder. Just chill out. You
Keep
got
your
this.
Oh no.
8 damage, and I'm going to go ahead and
Frosty
do
out there.
a stunning strike again.
All right.
This would change the order of things if, on hit, if I attempt to do Mind Sliver and then you do your Stunning Strike. I don't know which way you want to order that. If that's
Stunning strike would be the very last thing
This is
in,
gonna be-
in Saunders' list of attacking.
This would be a
That
14.
changes. 14, so misses.
uh,
Or,
to which one of us?
The to Saunders. Stunning strike. It's a
Stunning
14.
strike. So he is stunned with that.
Okay. So then, are you doing your Mind Sliver to it also?
Oh yeah,
Okay, and that is a con save.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. I will get this right by the end of the fight.
I don't remember my own. I have to look at it constantly.
All right, let's see if we roll any better on the. Yay! Intelligence is 18. I rolled better. Still failed, but rolled better at least.
Another 13 psychic and a negative D4.
All right.
Go
All right.
Bazil.
You see that you've hit him a couple of times, but you see that there's blood coming out of his nose and ears, not in a way that would be conducive to the damage that you have been doing to him.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he's like, you can see one of his eyes is looking like bloodshot red. Like he's probably burst some vessels in his eye.
It was the slap.
He's looking over. He's like, his eyes are going over to the others that are there.
On that stunning strike, because now it's going again, I'm gonna look at Leo and wink at him, and then Draconic Breath, Straight Line, Lightning. He's automatically, because he's stunned, fails the Dexterity saving throw for that.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be 9 points of damage for that attack.
Does it end up hitting anything else? How long is the line?
Straight into the orchestra pit.
It's fine. Okay.
Renan just casting redirect lightning.
Container psychic food.
Hey, where'd
All
that come
right.
from?
Anything else?
Next attack is because he's stunned. That I get advantage on him for those attacks.
Yeah.
So we'll do another Draconic Strike. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? 21. He is going to use. Oh well, no. As you're stunned, you can't use a reaction, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, never mind. Can't do it. Go for it.
Okay.
I had a reaction for this.
I think the only reaction he's making is
12 points of damage cold.
Okay.
And then let's see.
The lightning like carves this line from Sonder through Gallus and past him, creating this like little kick up of sand that immediately becomes like glass for a second, like these really tiny strands of like blown up glass as the lightning goes down in a line past him. It's almost like when you see like the bullets of like flyby airplane or whatever go it kicks up the dirt. It's like that, but with the lightning, it just instantly freezes it into like these tiny strands of glass as it goes past him.
So I'm just going to go in for, after the lightning, a kick to the side. That's the that last hit that
Okay.
went through the 21, and then flurry of blows, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be 10 points of damage. After that kick, do like to the side, punch to the side of his face on the other side. Then
Sonder
And
gets
then-
hired as his new head of security.
right. And then that's going to be a 29 to hit
That hits.
with 13 points of damage, cold as well.
All right.
Look at that cold cut combo.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Want to do this?
Yeah.
Did I kill him?
I don't know. Did you? That's why I'm
Depends
asking
on
you.
how
How
you
do you
do
want to do this?
Fuck. Okay.
that's the way
well,
to do it.
if
It took me a minute. I was like,
put him in a body bag.
Kill him in the name of.
all right.
Kill him in the name of Africa.
after that punch, go in for like a gut like knee hit, and then in his frazzled state, I'll grab his head and headbutt him, and he'll fall. And then go into like embout him,
Flawless.
and then go
Victory.
to pick him up if that's go to like help
We
him
did.
up if that's the thing.
He's unconscious.
not dead.
He's just like laying back on the ground. Liao, with a couple of grapes left, switches it to the other hand. Is gonna come over. All right, you can calm down now, music.
Iskra, take a break. Take 5. Okay.
Do a medicine check on him and bring him back to 1 health
Looking at
because I have proficiency in that.
looking at Liao, I before he moves in any direction,
Hmm.
Do you mind if I tend to him? He seems rather worse for wear.
Oh wait, no, this one. Let's do. Yeah, this is fine. He takes the grape. He does ignores you, Renan. Comes over
Oh, this
to
will be fun.
comes over to Sonder. Grabs the knife that was in the ground that you had placed. Spins it in his hands and his fingers like just starts like playing with it. You did good. Are you still like trying to tend to him a little bit, Sonder?
I'll place his head down, stand up to attention, Leon.
He looks over at the other merchants that are there.
And what are they doing? I'm trying to read some lips.
They haven't said anything. They've just been watching. You see, he looks over at Spurious, and then over at the woman. Looks back around to Arcadios and Perindle. Goes down to one knee. Places a dagger in his hand, like that, where it's like pointed down. You know, Gallus, you've been working with me for a while. I know you can probably hear me, provided that our new friends over there didn't mess with your mind too much.
Oh no.
Kind of disappointed. Looks over at Sonder. Looks up at the at Ardrin and Kindred and Max, whom, as you look over at Max, he has a hand on he had a hand on the hilt of his sword.
Ooh,
just kinda
there,
squeeze
sugar
his
bear.
shoulder.
It's been on there most of the fight. Like, he was just like ready
in case
he just ready. Yeah, he was just.
I'm gonna say Gallus is a very capable warrior. He was a worthy foe. He's a worthy foe.
Looks up at you. And stabs down and places the dagger right
Shield him.
by Gallus's head.
Oh,
Like, just a reaction. I don't know if it works, but I just like shield him. I'm like, oh fuck! Like, I didn't want to kill him.
Which is good. The arcane shield goes poof over his body as he stabs right next to his head. You
It was a
clearly
simple trick. I mean, he doesn't deserve that over mind games. Sorry.
Oh! You thought I was gonna kill him?
I don't know. We're just meeting. I don't know.
No,
I mean,
no.
I mean, I don't know what it's like
feel
with
to
budget
it.
cuts, so
Gallus has been working with me and my family since I was like smaller than him. He points over at Max. Wasn't gonna kill him now.
I didn't figure so, but I didn't want. Thank you. As I'm just like, oh shit, like he's cutthroat, but not really.
But my associates seem impressed. Our last crew, unfortunately, did not make it through from the journey from Mamrutlar. We like what you Kindred. We like
It's
what
the
you
black dot. He's the black dot one, isn't he?
we like what you have going. Arcadios will be in touch. I assume that he knows where you are staying for the night.
well, what we had worked out is that we would come do our little appointment, and if things went well, we would get an advance on our proposed salary so that we could spend the evening preparing.
Tell you what. He gets up, dusts the dirt off of the sand and stuff off his pants. Let me have a moment to confer. I appreciate the ability that your friend here, points at Sonder, has shown. I like the tenacity, I guess is the word. I mean, Gallus can handle quite a bit. For him to have fallen so quickly and with a little arcane help, I noticed.
Where the point of that is to show that there are threats out there that you cannot see, and that when you face one of us, you face all of us.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I respect the morale there. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Arcadios, get them something to eat, something to drink for now. The rest of
go
you.
back to attending to Gallus.
He goes over to his merchant companions and is like gestures them inside, motions Iskra to follow him, and they go back inside the tent.
Loved your performance, by the way. Loved the beat matching you had going on.
I turn to go with, waiting to see if he's going to direct me not
He
to
tells you to stop.
No.
I kind of look to Iskra with like a knowing smirk, and I turn around and I head back over towards Gallus.
Oh no, does he want to be alone in a room with another monk that he doesn't know about? Oh no, his neck has gone just absolutely backwards. What an unforeseen
So
happens.
weird how that happens all
He ran
the
into my
time.
knife.
His blood exited his body for like no reason.
All right. On the inside, he goes over, refills his wine cup with a pitcher.
Damn.
So, Spurious, Vadu, Cadassia, Iris. I know all of your eyes were on these potentials. Do you think they, the ones? He looks over at his merchant friends. Spurious kind of like shrugs. Vadu kind of nods slowly. Cadassia. Well, they certainly match the descriptions that were given. She looks over at Iskra. In your opinion, eyes of a wandering minstrel, would you hire them to protect you with your life?
Me? Yes, I think
Obviously, provided you had the funds to do so. I have a feeling these people are going to try and ask for a bit.
I start with a question because the way that fight ended, they seem principled, which can be good or bad depending on what you need from them.
True.
However, they do seem very effective. Maybe not particularly inspiring individually, but together, like a practiced band, strings, vocals, drums, bass, they all come together.
He looks over at Cadassia. I don't make the rules. Gestures back at Iskra. She has a point. Well, we're definitely needing some fodder just in case. I don't think this last bit of travel is going to do too terrible. We are definitely deeper in Thayan territory, so we shouldn't have to worry about whatever that was. I mean, the only one that we didn't get a description for was the kid. That one kind of came out of left field, but the rest of them... She sticks a hand into a pocket and pulls out a piece of paper. I mean, there was the Genasi, there was a drow, there was the elf, and then there was a human. Oh, and then the furbolg. All of them were on the list. She puts the paper back into her pocket. I mean, it's not our money. Lee kind of just like seems to be taking it in. All right. Well, tell them they're hired. Spurious, would you mind going and taking care of that? I am hungry. It points over at Iskra. I like the way you think. Here, he goes and grabs a glass and pours a little bit of wine and gives it to you. For the duration of this trip, I want you to keep... you and I are going to have some talks. But I think I like to keep my eye on things, and I feel like you have a very watchful eye. So, if you notice anything, I want you to tell me. All right?
Of course. As a simple musician, I'll go underneath notice.
They never expect the help. All right. Rubs his hands, plops down into his seat. Oh, go ahead and tell your friend he can come in too.
I'll fetch him.
All right, so you go outside.
Yeah, I'll go outside and motion for Iluin to come in.
All right. Spurious goes outside, goes over and talks to Arcadios, who's kind of been watching you guys. Whispers something in his ear, and then goes back
What's he
inside the
whispering?
tent. Well, you have to make a perception check.
Okay.
See if you can see it, because he's
But do
definitely because he's not
Like, yeah,
he's not
couple-
he's not talking.
I see him talking.
I mean, to his face.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know what you mean. Yeah. 9, 7, 16.
16.
Mhm.
Cupped his hand just the right way.
God damn it. He knows what he's doing.
Arcadius turns to the rest of you. Renan, what were you gonna say?
As soon as they went inside to have their little chat, I'll kind of half flutter, I suppose, to get over to Gallus as soon as they're inside, and I'll cast first level Cure Wounds on him.
Counterspell. No.
If
I'd
he
like to
dies,
cast-
he dies.
I would like to cast 6th level Fuck Kindred.
Spell that.
Oh wow, that
That's just a
violates
Friday
Twitch
night.
TOS.
You don't need a spell for that.
That's a cantrip. No.
I always knew you were that cheap.
Oh
Oh,
no!
wow.
Well, sometimes it's fun to get down and dirty.
Okay.
You can't
Anyway.
shame me. No.
Anyway. God damn.
This sounded
Only
like talking to
friends.
the camera lines from a reality
TV
channel
shows.
Where's my
romance
apple?
show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Ranger's here.
Yeah. Good to see you, Ranger. I hope your move. I hope your move goes smoothly in this last little bit.
Sandra
so you
finished
go
him off
over-
and-
You go over and heal him.
And I'll just use...
After you're done, now emote.
Oh no.
He regains 6, so more than enough to regain consciousness.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Arcadius comes over to you guys. Well, it would. Oh my god, I lost Arcadius.
Okay, Dios.
I lost his voice. It's gone. Boop.
Ursula.
It's
Ursula.
oh my god, you guys are the worst.
being the worst.
Anyway, he no, good job. You've done well. Apparently Liao was impressed with what you accomplished. Looks over at Sonder and then at the others. There's a little bit of a look on his face of like, not like you rascals, but a little bit of that you rascals kind of thing.
Who else but Quagmire?
So, I have been given permission to give you your advance, and we will be paying you each 200
Thank you.
for this job.
That's-
Well, that's a pleasant surprise, though I do have to ask, has that changed the nature of our agreement?
No, it was a added bonus for your intensity of
Yes.
skill.
Go, Sonder. Go Sounder.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
And I'm exhausted. 1 point.
That is true.
Still.
As he said, I'm gonna be like, you mean that fine ass city? And as I point to Sonder,
Finesse.
14.
14? Nope. He's not being deceitful. He definitely knows that there was some. It was not a completely fair one-on-one fight, but it's not his job to say
Reality,
anything.
It really is.
I would have still beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well,
So before
hello
he, like-
everybody.
Jumbo.
Careful, Cantrip. We're
Raid.
coming in here with a raid.
Y'all just
Y'all-
missed the best lines in a super cool fight.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
But welcome.
Now we go to break again.
Now we go to break. Now we can go to break.
Wait,
We've been
where's
raided.
that-
We've been holding this
The
whole
2 hours.
My babies meeting my babies. Hey, thank you guys. Good to see everyone. Crimson and GF
Hello,
Powers
Crimson.
and Bobby. Oh, and I see Gamer. Careful Cantrip. Who else? Oh, Reina. Hello, everybody who came over to say hello. Hope you guys had a great stream.
Familiar names.
Yeah. All these familiar names and familiar faces from across the places. All
What
right.
did y'all just accomplish? On
Yeah.
your side?
I'm sure something.
Who are y'all talking to? We're just standing here. He hasn't said anything in like 2 minutes.
What is happening?
And the fourth wall just collapses.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
As
a
each
wall.
of the
Yes.
the player or each of the PCs just suddenly go absent-
Bananas
absent
beat.
face.
And
Yeah. Just like something's going.
Okay,
Something is
Victor.
amiss. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but as he walks off, I want to like catch up to Arcadios and just be like, how long have y'all known the little drummer girl?
Those who have come to play they've only just arrived today. Actually, it was some local talent that Liao likes to be entertained on these long voyages. So
Oh,
we
They
heard.
sounded great.
I would just for just a simple musician, she definitely kept a long eye on all of us. Kind of just something to be aware of.
Well, sometimes you can never be too careful. So I appreciate the heads up.
Okay, back.
Considering
I'm
what
on
I
her.
said earlier about you guys, I appreciate that you just did that.
So you each get they're gonna give you we'll give you 75. I think he was supposed to give you 50, right?
I don't think we
Um,
ever actually discussed
I'll take whatever he gives
in
me.
advance.
Okay.
So
Well,
there was
in-
the
in-
amount in
in-
advance.
in
just there
adva-
was going to be one.
In advance,
I
we'll give you
vaguely-
75 each.
Yeah, I
Nice.
vaguely recall it being like that they would give you 50 ahead of time to get stuff to prepare, but we know how well my memory works when it comes to previous
It don't.
sessions.
I mean, you did pretty good with the recap, though. That was so.
So
Appreciate it.
75.
Yes,
Each.
75. You
Does
each
Wait,
get
Max
does Max
get-
get one? Oh,
yes.
Max gets a bill. Oh, cool.
and I'm
He
saying
is-
like once he gets it, be like, see, you didn't have to show your might.
It's like,
Okay,
oh,
so
Dad
if I'm
gives me
gold.
more than this for allowance.
Definitely.
Now he's going to Thayan Vegas, so
He just gets a bunch of candy.
I mean, hey,
guess-
I was only given 10 for my advance, so y'all can quit whining.
Yeah, but you're also getting paid
You're also
more than they
getting more.
are.
Yeah.
And we already have lodging here.
Yeah, lodging, food.
Paid for.
I mean, I can make that.
You're
on my
getting
own,
in
so.
good with the boss. Like,
Or we can
alright,
watch
I'll
him.
take it.
You
I
have
don't
Oh,
it
that's
believe
like
that
my
was
own.
discussed, was it?
You're expected to provide your own tents.
Mhm.
and I want to bet. Just saying.
Yes.
As you are.
Oh yeah, so I guess you'll get an extra 10 gold from, or wait, was it 10 or 5?
No, that
Five.
was not the bet. he wanted me to pay him 5 gold, and I said I want the pleasant conversational company of his travel
well, okay.
friend.
I figured that was in addition to the gold, but
Need
okay.
a backhand deal to get some bitches.
Nod your head, Archer. Nod your head.
I
He's-
adhere to the deal that I made.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good.
I'm gonna have to kill her.
Faye.
Cool.
Warlocks are kind of sticklers about deals, you know.
You know how you know.
He spent too much time around the Fae.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So then you guys get your money, and you are able to go and do whatever you are wanting for the evening. Arcadios does tell you that to come by the next morning, and we'll receive whatever orders are necessary for the evening. But if you're wanting to cash in on your bet or whatnot, Ardrin, do you want to do that
No,
now?
he's gonna keep them waiting.
All right.
Ooh,
Cool.
like a good little patron.
All right. Then I will say what. So then we'll say, what do you four do then?
Cool.
They go by tents.
Right. Yeah. Actually, tents and
Curtain brand
bedrolls
sleeping
and
bags.
things that we'd need for
The
traveling.
necessities.
Food, rations.
I want to say a dungeon like a traveler's pack's like 25 gold.
Well,
I
yeah,
feel
but
like-
this is like Tiratero's like prices are hiked up. I'm sure.
Again,
The price gouge
inflation,
here.
if we have to go there again.
You gotta get the brand name.
How bad is
you know,
inflation over
sleeping
here?
bag.
Yeah, are you getting the Coleman brand
Who
tents
want a
over here?
Yeti?
You want a
Everything
Yeti
just-
tent?
Everything just says great value down the side of it.
Oh no.
I'll get an LL Bean.
The North Face.
Correction.
The
An
North
explorer.
Face.
And it's North Face.
An
No.
There wouldn't be much left.
R.I.P.
North is is a character player that we had before who died.
Yeah.
Somewhat explosively.
And his world
Yeah,
erupts in
burn.
flames.
Yeah.
That is a
Precise word.
that is a flammable tent. You don't want that. All right.
An
So
explorer's pack is 10 gold
leather?
generally.
Leather tent at this point.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can get if you want to get a explorer's pack kind of thing. We can definitely do that. As you are heading, are you going back to the Twisted Coin?
Yeah. We'll go back to the twisted coin.
Okay. As you are going back, we'll say you're going back that direction, and probably during while you were shopping, Max is going to be like, wait, so does that mean I get to go with you guys tomorrow?
Well,
How good is your lie? And be honest with me.
How good is my what?
Your cover story.
Pretty good.
I get like real close and like, be honest. Because if so, we can help out. But how good is it on your own?
It's fine. It's fine. I got it. Don't worry about it.
All right. You know, out here, all you have is your words. We just got to make sure.
He just nods.
Okie doke.
oh, right. You might want to tell point blank here that you found some of the items that he was looking for.
Oh, right. I play. I saw the circlet. But I think I saw that circlet on the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Was that the same
Yep.
circlet? That's weird.
This was as bright as that shit was glowing. Yeah, it's
The I also found some of like the crystals and gems. I mean, they could be yours. They could be other crystals and gems that you had, but I found those things. He like looks at the gold as you guys are buying your like explorers kits and things of traveling.
I just imagine hearing the beep of like some like thing scanning it.
You're at HEB line at the Walmart line.
I'm in the self checkout, by the
Yeah.
way.
Commander, I need a price check. Commander.
Perfect.
Oh, can you imagine the receipt at a Thayan CVS?
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Oh my god.
And if
It's
you don't
just
sign
all,
it
like,
just right,
Eldritch
you're
runes.
contracted into Lichdom.
Yeah. That's what it is, 100%. As you are gathering things, he's like, because it's basically one of those realizations is as you guys are getting gear for your next venture, he's like, oh my gosh, and like the level of excitement that he has of like picking something out.
Like trying to supervise what he's gonna pick out, and like I want to steer him in the right direction. That way he doesn't just get like candy and like
no.
in the first night. Okay.
Ammo pants, but
In-
for the wrong habitat.
in
An
in
inflatable
an
raft.
interesting way, like he looks less at the things that you guys are getting, and you see him try and get like, he asks for like daggers, anything like knives, caltrops. He at one point asked the shop owner if he had any like anything that blew up or like had explosives. Basically wanting like TNT or
we
something.
are on a watch list now.
What
He's
kind of,
like not thinking in the camping
Hunger
or
Games going for
he's
the
he's going
weapon.
for he's looking at all of the weapon.
destruction.
Interestingly
Routine.
enough, no swords. There are some swords, like we'll say they are like general weapons. He's looking for just some small like throwable stuff. But yeah, he's not thinking at all. Like he's not kid focused. Like I have all this money. He is like going in for guerrilla warfare, like thinking of all of these things. Yeah, there's a bunch of things. He gets like a rope and like ties it in his hands, and it like he goes
Fishing
like
wire.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
I'll kind of like watch him do that, and then like let's do like steer him in the right direction.
You need a bedroll.
Yes.
I can sleep on the ground. Adventurers sleep on the ground all the time.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, with a pillow. You need a pillow. Otherwise, your neck's gonna be all jacked, and when you throw your daggers, you're gonna be crooked.
And you don't want sand getting everywhere in those uncomfortable places
Yeah.
when
That'll
you're needing
be
to fight.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
God damn it.
Someone had to say it, to be honest.
exactly.
Yeah, but if you're just tough enough, you just manage. It's fine.
Okay, listen here. That's a big misconception. You take the leisures that you're given when you can, because if you're really stuck out there for a week, a pillow, a fucking palace. Trust me on this.
To get down to his level on a knee.
You're gonna mansplain to him? Mansplain?
Down to a knee.
Yeah, you're just kidding. I die. It's fine. Go.
All of us, we bring a bedroll.
And a toothbrush.
Yeah, that's important.
Oh God,
there's no
that's
shame in
important.
it. So bring what will make you comfortable, because it's going to be a long journey.
Okay.
Just a small town boy.
He grabs stuff with you, and as you guys are walking back to the Twisted Coin, he takes his pack and gives it up to Soul. Will you take this for me? I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get a couple of things, and then I'll see you guys in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm excited.
Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Galil?
As soon as he leaves, I want to back away and follow him.
I will, you know.
I will stealthily do this too.
I was
Okay.
about to do the same thing, but he's better.
We all just
for it.
follow him. Like we're
Everyone just goes in the shadow. He disappears, and like creepers,
Oh,
you
yeah,
are.
no, it's
all
just
of you
this.
disappear into the shadows. Like,
cuts to like this Scooby Doo scene of like all of us. Come on, gang, let's go look for
I was
clues.
picturing more of like a great big stalking line of like Red Rover, Red Rover.
And the second he goes to turn around, everybody like jumps behind crates.
yeah,
I just
Aaron,
turned into a
what-
crate.
What time of day is it?
it's by this point it's like nighttime. Because you guys were
34.
guys were going over there in the evening.
Like sun-ish.
All the sundown was already happening, so it's already evening. What did you say?
34 for my
34?
stealth check.
Okay. You watch Max run through the streets. You guys weren't too far from where his house was, so it was just kind of like around a couple of corners.
Oh.
But he runs home. He gets to the trellis on the far side of the house and starts climbing up the trellis. Just like hand over hand. Easily, just like up, up, up. Walks across the beam. It's like watching a cat burglar. Someone who's practiced doing this countless times walks across the beam, a very tight, narrow beam, runs up to the wall, leaps up, and like almost kind of just takes a step or two parkour style, grabs onto the edge, and lifts himself up onto the roof easily. Goes over, like slinks down, quiet, like making no noise, just like walks along the edge, goes to one of the closed windows where that is dark, leans over the side a little bit, like on his belly, over the side, takes the sword out, sticks it down, and like pries the window open. And then like looks around, puts the sword back on his sheath, peeks his head over, and vanishes. And a little bit of smoke.
Cool.
From the inside of the dark room, you see nothing for a minute. And then you see a brief little light of like a lantern be lit from the inside. And then you see him come up to the window and close it.
And then a streak of blood across. No.
How long do you wait there?
I'm gonna wait there for like an hour.
You see the light never goes off from or goes anywhere else in the house. Like there's only a couple other little windows that you can see, but all of them are dark. And then after a little while, the light turns off. And you were there
Finish our
longer.
shop in.
This is a 2-story house, right?
That's mainly 2 stories. There's like, yeah, 2-story. That's because I was like, wait, did I just make it 3 on accident? I was like, no, it's
Like
2
the whole
stories.
house is over like the car garage, and that's where he lives. He stays.
Because the one remember, because one side of the house is like the shop, right, where it's got like the production yard on one side, and then that back house is like the living area that has like the garden trellises up the side of the walls, and then you can see that there's like more building on top of it.
I'm gonna go up to one of the windows on the ground floor
Mhm.
and peek in.
Okay. The windows here are made of stained glass, so that it's not like very easy to see inside. And it's dark, but you can certainly try.
How about one of the doors? You're muted.
The only door on this side is going to be the large door that enters into the shop.
I'm gonna go in.
To the shop door, it's locked.
Yep. And I'm gonna put my ear up against it.
Make a
And try
perception
to
check.
hear for anything. Ooh. $23.
You'll listen intently. You don't hear anything on the outside. Hey, can I help you? From around the corner, you see a one of the is that the paramedics?
Private guards.
No, the
Pre-monitor.
premonitors. Thank you. I could not think.
Shit.
Comes around the
Thank
corner.
you.
Uh-oh.
Can you help you there?
Yeah, I'm trying to buy a sword, but I think I missed my chance.
Oh yeah, unfortunately the eyes of Voltus stay open during the daylight hours. They generally tend to close at night.
You know when they'll be open?
Tomorrow morning, first light. It's a good family. The Argasts.
Heard great things about them.
And they're known throughout most of Thay. The
Wish we'd have them back,
the
back
man,
where I'm from.
the premonitor man in his little uniform and very slicked to the side hair gets a little closer. Your best bet is to come in the morning. Don't get into any trouble. For your sake. He turns around, or theirs, and keeps walking. You get that feeling again, and movement catches the corner of your eye, and you swear that one of the painted eyes on a nearby building shifts ever so slightly in your direction. But when you focus your attention on it, it's not moving. The rest of you, though they kept walking, what are you doing? You got to going back to the Twisted Coin?
I would like to do one errand or try to do one errand before turning back in for the night. And so get supplies like normal. But are there any places, not necessarily bookshop, but I want to look up to see if I can find any info on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman's family name. Like if they're as esteemed as they say they are, do they have any publications or anything I could read about their achievements in alchemy?
You might need to go back during the day to a place. Now that it's nighttime, most places are shut down.
Around,
yeah,
it's probably closing up. So I'll
everything's closed.
All right, so try to come back first thing to get that.
Yeah,
that way I have something to find out about them, and
for sure.
That'd be about it for me.
Is this like a Sunday dry county where everything is closed on the Sunday at 4:30?
Sometimes.
No, but it's already nighttime, so it's already one of those most of the extra places are closed.
The daytime of the night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was like, wait, yes, huh? Daytime of the night. What?
Oh, posture check,
Posture
everybody.
check. Thank you, Dakota.
I am posh.
Posh check, everybody.
Posture check.
Little Gucci dress.
Okay.
Well, now, first of all, we have to change to received pronunciation.
Galil, was there anything else you're wanting to do?
Correct.
I saw the look on your face.
I'm gonna to the eyeball.
Poke it.
Okay.
Say, I know you know I'm here. We need to talk. and I'm gonna walk back to where the garden was.
Oh, you're gonna walk to the south side of town
Yep.
where the thing is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Renan and Iskra. Setting yourselves up for the evening. Let's go.
Egyptian cotton, 500 thread count.
Was you guys continue to play for a while the merchants have a conversation for a little bit. Are you guys going to be kind of trying to listen to their conversation or just focus on playing for a little bit?
I'm always interested in what they have to say.
Okay.
So,
And considering the fact that I'll actually be singing, I feel like I wouldn't be able to pay as much attention to
The words, yeah,
as
because then you
Iskra
start you start saying it's like one of those things where you text something that you hear someone else say.
Yeah.
You start singing their conversation back at them.
It's like, we kill him at dawn, and then Renat's like, we kill him at dawn.
Yeah.
So
Like, oh,
I,
shit.
for one, wouldn't necessarily be
Cool.
paying any particular attention.
I'll keep my ears
Iskra,
open for sure.
make a perception check for me.
Here we go.
I can keep my eyes out, but I can't read lips.
You
and
can?
Stuff like
Oh,
that.
damn.
Oh, shut up.
You got a prosthetics?
Anyway,
So, like, I can look around for anything
Yeah.
interesting in the tent, but that's about it.
yeah. What'd you get, Iskra?
Well, I tell you what. Uh,
Uh-oh.
the exhaustion is not doing me any favors right now.
Oh, but this is your last night of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's an 8.
Okay.
So I'm probably
With-
not hearing anything particularly useful.
No. But there is conversation that, like, has caught your attention. Your mind keeps going back to the list that
Yes.
Kadassia had. The conversation at the table, when you are able to get bits and pieces, you see that piece of paper is on the table as they're talking about it. There's not full, I will say that you probably don't get full conversation bits, but you pick up tidbits. Money being given to the Silken Trade upon arrival here at Tiroturos. Something about instructions before they are able to leave. And how quickly the list was able to be found. Those are like just in general, like bits and pieces. You're able to like assimilate those conversation bits.
Since I can't pay super close attention, I'm going to just try to keep an eye on the list itself. And see where it goes when the night is done.
Okay. Kadassia holds on to it. Once everyone is settling in for bed, everyone starts going their separate ways. Kadassia is the one who pockets the list. And you and Renan are escorted back to the tent where you will be staying.
Am I able to see where Kadassia is staying?
She stays inside the main tent in one of the rooms, one of the side rooms. It's like entering into the tent. It'd be the first like open space on the right hand side. Renan, what were you gonna say?
So you did say that we were escorted back?
Yeah.
Who is it escorting us?
Parendel.
I would like to ask him at some point during the walk.
By any chance, is there a possibility that I could check in on Gallus? He seemed rather quite worse for wear, and I find myself worried.
I would not worry too much about it. Dalaman and Agasius are good at their craft. They'll have him patched up by morning.
Amarillo by morning.
Have a good night. And we'll go into the more details with your roommates and stuff next week.
Can I do one thing?
Yeah, well, hold on.
Okay, go. Sorry.
Khalil. Navigating through the city from the Crafters Canyon all the way down to the south side with the homesteads. Takes you a minute. But you walk casually and slowly. You reach the gardens where the two large, almost observatory-styled monument buildings are placed here at the very southern part of the city. Walking into the courtyards around one of the buildings, you see that the doors are open to the temple. The guards are at the on each side. The doors are open. There is this golden lantern light coming from the inside of it. And a figure that stands there in the middle, waiting.
I'm gonna walk to it.
The closer you get, the more your heart starts to race a little bit as you see Amaranth standing tall in her red wizard robes, hands like clasped over each other in front of her. Once you're within speaking distance, do you say something first?
It's been a while.
Indeed it has. Good to see that you are doing well.
Why? Why did you save us?
I see the secret is out. Come. Walk with me.
She turns to go into the temple.
I'm just gonna whisper. Look out for me. Heart. And walk in.
He walks into the building, and from the outside, you see the doors close. The guards never turned once to look at you. You just walked in. And as they stand on the outside, you see them like adjust, spears at the ready, ever vigilant. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
What the fuck happened last time you did exactly that in the last city we was in? Okay.
No.
Everybody else,
Exactly that.
This one's planned.
No, the last one was planned too, you thought. And it was a planned coup on your ass.
I feel
Hey,
like Adam is one of those actors trying to get himself killed on a TV show, but the writers won't let him go. like, no, we still got you on
Let
contract
me
for another
leave.
5 years.
Let me out! Let me out!
Just let me die, Brad.
I just want to go make movies. I don't want to be on TV anymore.
Yes,
Oh.
I
reverse
like Roxy
Sean
Andrews
Bean
on All
syndrome.
Stars too.
Oh, my
I don't
goodness.
understand that reference, Kindred.
You know, but I got it.
I know True Paul, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I release you from your mortal body.
It
Perfect.
certainly sets up a very cool next session, though.
Well, we know
We
it's
gotta
gonna
Oh, yeah.
have
happen
for a recap.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, recap time.
Because Amaranth's gonna
Uh,
recap that ass.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
Uh,
4, 5.
Would you say that means that
Yes, Taco.
Khalil is gonna get boned?
What a
He's not
recap
getting-
in that ass.
I just said that.
I rolled a
Most-
2, which
Recap
on
that
my
ass.
counting the zoomers,
Is it moi?
it was going to be me because I used my zoom window and not that. However, if
Oh.
you're really excited about it, I will hand it off to you.
I will take that baton and run the fuck off.
Oh no!
And the last we saw of him.
I just teleport out.
I'm
Got
out.
it.
Done.
The spirit stick.
Yeah, it's mine.
I
Oh
have
my
the
gosh.
conch, bitch.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for playing. Good job, Sonder.
Thanks for the
on
Raiders.
Yeah, thank you, Raiders, for coming in. Careful Cranship, thanks for coming and hanging out. Always love seeing our friends from the community. So good to see you
Community.
from the community. Good to
Computer
see
says
you, you
no.
little munchkins. Computer says no.
He says no.
Ay, ay,
So you're
ay.
5 then.
You're 5.
Just say
Yes. Uh-huh.
So do you not want the double hip replacement?
Oh my god. Alrighty. Well, I think that about covers it for tonight. Don't forget to come hang out with us next Monday for Kids on Bikes as things are about to get really spooky. Real
It has
spooky.
been
It has
a
already been
blast.
spooky, but
I wish that it were a television show that I could watch rather than be a player in because I like it that much.
Me too.
but at the same time, like, you know, it would
That is
I
some
don't
insider trading
I
nonsense.
can't
right there.
I can't see I
Listen
can't
here,
see
Martha.
you know, we have a stellar group of people, and I'm excited to see where all the stories are going. It's a lot of fun. But
Very fun playing with John.
Why do we tell stories?
why do we tell stories?
Rated Stevie
If you want, come hang out with us. You know where we are. Those are socials for now
as
until we
you are.
find new socials to post, I guess. But there's our Discord at least.
You don't even have the YouTube?
Oh yeah, no, the YouTubes. YouTubes.
I'll work hard on
I-
that.
I literally I'm gonna do YouTubes.
So you
But
know what
that
we need to do? It's a link tree.
that has all of the links.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen here, practical magic.
Partridge in a link tree.
partridge in a link tree.
On
Yeah.
the first day of
um,
Christmas.
All of you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the time you can spend with whomsoever you can spend it with.
Get that
and-
gobble gobble.
Yeah, if you get some gobble gobble, great.
Gobble me, swallow me, down the side of me.
Okay. Listen,
Talking
I
about
know
gravy.
I know you love Thanksgiving dinner, but that's just a lot.
That's what he said.
So much mash that it was only so much. Never mind.
Yeah.
So much sweet
Aaron,
potato.
imagine
Someone,
that.
Stop.
it's only so much
You're just
sweet.
feeding me more.
Only so much sweet potatoes a person can have in one sitting. All right, we are gonna go.
Little potato.
You want potato? You want potato? He's
I got
got.
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Billy wants to do a bit with his Power Ranger sword.
No.
We.
I see it.
Well,
What
after
you
this
planning?
interaction, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you next time when the dice turns or whatever, something like that.
When the dice rolls.
When the dice rolls. When the dice
And the
rolls.
dice rolls.
Can we turn?
Dungeons
Garth
Dragons.
Brooks, we gotta talk. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Birth Brooks.